Yes, thank you for coming. Yes. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am. Looking amazing in that silver and black, I must say. Yes, VIP is to the left, sir. If you give me your name, I'll check, make sure you're on the list. Yes, you have to be on in advance. Weeks in advance, sir. Yes, line is to the right. Yes, Raider Nation report tonight. A lot to talk about. Yes, there is a full bar inside, sir. Guys, you can't smoke that right here by the door. Just step over there a little ways. I love the smell. Smells amazing, but please, not right by the door. Yes, we will be opening the doors very soon. You know, these guys like to run a tight show. They're just making sure everything's in order. Yes, ma'am. You can say hi to the midgets on the way in. Absolutely. VIP to the left. Regular line to the right, please. Doors will be opening very soon. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? What's up? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions. I know it's been an exciting few weeks. The final 53 has been dropped. That means there's a lot to talk about tonight. So, you're excited, and I get it. But we're still down the street, past the house, with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar. Most of all, he's a man of commerce. So doing what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left, and then a right. And as you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you're gonna pass this deep dark alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass this deep dark alley, this cool breeze is gonna hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core, and you realize the time of year that it is, and you're like, God damn, is that the autumn wind? You goddamn right it is. And should you venture down that deep dark alley, well, of course you should, because what you're gonna find at the end is that special little place that you've been looking for, that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday night, especially leading up to your Las Vegas Raiders season. This is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes, and we will go into fucking OT tonight. I guarantee it. It will be extra innings, overtime, whatever the fuck you want to call it. We can't squeeze all this in 60 minutes, so I know we're going to burst the seam somewhere. So join me for a ride, 60 minutes plus of everything silver and black, because we got to get into this whole motherfucking roster, top to bottom, left to right. I've been talking about it in the chat with fucking folks, Chad, whole bunch of other people. Everybody's messaging me. I was playing fucking, is like a messenger orgy going on. Had all these people reaching out. We were all hanging. We had almost all of the 53, but they left pieces, and I'm like, when are they going to drop the end? So we started speculating a little on what the end would be, and we miscalled one by like a minute because he was like the last cut. We'll get into that. There were some interesting cuts. Most of it, and most of this off season, if you've been riding along with me here at the Raider Nation Report and all of our other podcasts that we have here at Raider Reaction, which I know a lot of you had. What's up, Bill? What's up, Robert Paul? What's up, JoJo? What's up, Dennis? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. Even if I didn't mention your name, you know you're just as important as the ones that I mentioned. There ain't no Raider fan that's greater than any other. Some of us live closer. Some of us have more money. Some of us were born to fucking better parents than others. That doesn't mean your fandom's any greater than mine, or your fandom's any greater than his, or her fandom's any greater than that guy's. That's just not the way it works. That's just not the way it works. Some of us have a platform that we've created. We have big mouths. That doesn't mean we're any bigger fans. So these other motherfucking clowns that are telling you that they are, you can just file that. You know where you need to file that. And I think that you put that in the clown file. But we've got a lot to get into tonight. There was big news this weekend. Dropped right before the Cowboys, the final preseason game. We'll touch on that a little bit. We already touched on that in the post-game reaction, so we won't get on into it a lot. But man, we're gonna rock all the way through this 53-man roster. There were some shockers. We talked about it on Sunday on the post-game that wide receiver depth chart was going to be interesting. Tight end depth chart was going to be interesting. Seeing the bottom of the running back depth chart was going to be interesting. Watching the secondary was going to be interesting. And man, there were some shakeups. There were some shakeups and some projected starters that I don't think people were expecting. So let's get to it. We've got a solid show for you tonight. I thank you for joining us. Each and every one of you, members of Raider Nation, and even you fucking clowns or trolls that are hiding back there in the shadows on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, or YouTube. Let's fire up this YouTube chat if you're watching over on the YouTube channel. We'll get the refresh the YouTube chat down here. You should be able to get your comments up there down in the YouTube chat bar if you are so inclined. Thank you for the rest of us. And I see, did JoJo throw some stars out there? What was this? What was this? Or is this just some? No, that ain't stars. That's just some goofy ass something. I don't know what that is. Is that a sticker? What the fuck is that, JoJo? I don't know. Moving on. That's enough of the foreplay. What's up, Mason Blue? Yeah, you know it, man. We got lots to talk about, man. We got lots to talk about. There's our YouTube posse over there popping on. We want to make sure that you get heard. I want to get a Twitch chat going on here, too. We've got a couple people that watch over on Twitch. And we also are live on Twitter now. What's up, Roland? One of our fantasy football all Raider Nation League owners. We do got a star contest going, so if you feel like throwing some stars on your way through this jaunt this evening, feel free to sprinkle some stars, and you will get a chance to win this Mad Max Crosby jersey. Right now, sitting in first place is Robert Paul Ramos. Second place is Christian Romero. Third place is Bryant Garcia. Fourth, John Bustamante. And fifth is Bill Wolzenzier right now. Wolzenzier, Jesus. Bill Wolzenzier Sorry, Bill. I butchered your fucking name. And Robert Paul is still in the lead. But Raider Nation Report. Got till next week, man. Next week's the cutoff. Robert Paul is in the lead. I am rocking. Thank you for pointing it out, Chad. I thought you'd mention my new haircut, but we all know I don't have any fucking hair. So let's move on, shall we? That's enough. It's enough of the fucking small talk. Let's get into it. Let's get right into the meat. I want to jump on it. I said I wouldn't touch on it much again, but you gotta touch on it because it was really the news of the day, wasn't it? Josh Jacobs, the big news of the weekend, drops Sunday morning. We were talking about, I thought really it would get through the game, but it was nice to have it put to bed. It was also nice to kind of solidify some of the things that I'd been saying all off season, that there was more conversation going on than they wanted to lead on and wanted anybody to believe, and there absolutely was. Otherwise, how do you make appointments to have lunch plans at the beginning of said week if you weren't even having fucking conversations? So, I mean, come on. It's really not that hard sometimes to see the poker game that's going on. And to see that Josh was using it to his advantage. He didn't want to play preseason meaningless games. He didn't want to be in training camp. He's going to be there and he's going to be fine. He's got 2 weeks to get ready. He's got to have the whole game plan plugged in. He's run this game plan. He was the league's leading running back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And look what they've kept around him. Basically the same running back tree. You've got the same line for the most part. You've just added a little more talent. Of course, the guy handing the ball off is different, and that's something you can't dispute. You can't discount that. You've got to get those reps in, but they've got time. And I think you'll see a little bit more of running back by committee, maybe depending on how Josh looks right out of the gate. But let's remember, man, Josh Jacobs is the historical donkey killer. I've been there live. For Josh's first game ever. I was there for Monday Night Football in Oakland, in the fucking black hole, for his first game ever as a Raider against the Donkeys, and watched him gut them, diving into the end zone over the top, a la Marcus Allen. This guy is the donkey killer, so I'm not worried about Josh Jacobs. I'm not. I'm really not. I think he is as billed. I think he's that motherfucking good, and I am just happy as hell to have him back. I don't even care that I was right all off season, but I was right all off season. I said he would be back. I said he'd be here. I said Jimmy G'd be healthy. I said a lot of things this off season that I was right about. I was wrong a few times, but I was definitely right more than I was wrong this off season. Everybody likes to point out when I'm wrong. I have to point out when I'm wrong. I know, fuck you. If I don't, you're not going to say nothing. Neither are you. This motherfucker don't ever say shit. It's always you. Both of them. Shut the fuck up. All right. Moving on. We got to let's get to the really juice, the juicy juice, the juice of the day, the fresh juice. Let's get to that, shall we? And that is the 53-man roster. And I want to start at the top. I want to start at the top and work down. Now, as you see, I've pulled out a preseason recap. I don't even want to. I might come back to that. I was going to see how it was flowing, if I even wanted to touch on it. And preseason's over. Why even look back at preseason? What are we recapping? The decisions have already been made. So, moving on to final roster cuts and who made it and who didn't make it. And I think who made it is obviously an interesting topic, but who didn't make it is just as interesting topic when you're talking about getting down to the final 53 men. Let's just start at the top. As you see, I pulled out the wide receivers and the cornerbacks. I want to touch on those a little more in depth, the wide receiver depth chart and the cornerback depth chart. So I'm going to skip those on purpose as we go through the rest of the 53-man roster because I want to break those out and talk about those a little more in depth. in just a moment. But let's start out at the guys up front. Bars did not make the cut, so that means Van Roten is up in front. He's now your starting right guard, and Illuminor is your starting right tackle. So that is your right side platoon. Andre James is coming back as your starting center. Dylan Parham is going to be your starting left guard, and of course your all-world left tackle Colton Miller is the anchor. Right now, you've only got 3 guys on the depth chart behind them. That is Justin Haran, Jordan Meredith, and Thayer Munford Jr. So, the one thing I can say about this team, and what makes me feel more positive about this team than I have in the last couple years, is this team is amazingly healthy, knock on wood, coming into this season. I mean, there has been no major injuries. It's just been, everybody's just gotten healthy. Everybody's been on the timeline they're supposed to be on. Jimmy G's gotten healthier. There's been no bumps in the road. Anybody that was banged up, Tyree's back. Every timeline that everybody's been on, they've just met all of the benchmarks. And everybody's to week 1. And we're ready to rock and roll with a healthy roster. It's looking, because the team you're coming in against ain't dealing with the same thing. They've lost Jerry Jeudy for long term. They are banged up a little bit already out of the gate, and of course, they've got the Russell Wilson anchor hanging on their fucking donkey leg as well. So I think the Raiders are looking really good coming into this season. Just standing back and looking at the health of the roster that you're bringing in. So that's your offensive line, and basically, other than switching out with what is hopefully an upgrade at right guard, you're coming back with the same platoon of guys who led the way for Josh Jacobs, who was the leading running back in the entire league. This is the platoon, basically, minus one change. You've got your fullback back. You've got basically the entire tree behind him. You've got Zamir White, Amir Abdallah, and Brandon Bolden. Sincere McCormick, one of the last cuts. He was hanging on at that number 5 spot, but we thought about, we thought they'd only keep 4. I really thought they'd only keep 4. And I really thought they'd only keep 6 wide receivers, which is what they kept as well. There was a chance of them maybe keeping 4 tight ends, but they did not. But Hollister is on the reserves. He goes to the reserves, and Jasper Horsted is your 3rd wide receiver. Michael Mayer right now is listed as your number 2, and Austin Hooper, the vet, is the number 1. Now, we know that possibility that Mayer could take that number 1 spot from him, but I think that's going to take a couple weeks because you didn't get to see a lot from him in preseason. So you haven't seen the reps unless they're that enamored with him, but I think they want the veteran presence. Jimmy G likes the tight end, and he's going to feed that tight end. I think Austin Hooper is going to do well for the Raiders, and I think Michael Mayer has the chance for a lot of growth. Cam Sims did not make the roster. Cam Sims was cut at the end. Cam Sims did not make the final roster. He was cut. He was one of the last guys. He was on there at the end. But he did not make it. Horsted made the roster. Cam Sims did not. Neither did Isaiah Zuber, but Isaiah Zuber went to IR. He's retained on IR. But we'll get to wide receivers in a minute. We'll talk about wide receivers in a second. We'll get to that a little more. Running backs, like I said, it's Josh Jacobs, Zamir White, Amir Abdallah, and Brandon Bolden. They only kept 4. Only retained 1 fullback. That is Jakob Johnson. So they only kept 4. There was a possibility that maybe one of these other running backs would make it, or if maybe they just weren't enamored with Zamir White, that maybe Williams slips in, or maybe one of these other guys, but they just didn't quite make it. And they did only keep 4. Now, there's a possibility that one of these guys may run the waiver wire circuit, and you may get somebody back on practice squad. I'm real interested to see who makes it back to the practice squad, who clears waivers, because not all these guys are going to be picked up. especially some of these lower fringe guys, because they've still got guys on reserve in the running back position. Austin Walter, who's on IR, as well as Britton Brown, who's also on IR in the running back slot. So you got some guys that you can possibly get back midseason, because IR is not a death sentence like it used to be for the whole season. You told me. Come on, Carlos. Don't be getting all snippy out there. What is this? You told me. We just been speculating for weeks. I made a hard fucking line on Williams. Did I come in here and say he's gonna make it? Damn it! I never said that. Come on now. We're talking speculation here. That was only if they kept 4. They didn't keep 4. I mean, if they kept 5, they didn't keep 5. They kept 4. I thought maybe there was a chance that they could run on Zamir White, but I don't know. I don't know. That for some reason they think. I think they think Zamir White's going to be something, or he's their project, or I don't know. Maybe he's just a really good yes man, and it's because he looks like a fucking physical specimen. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. And I keep looking objectively. I mean, he's on the Raiders. I want the dude to do well, but I keep looking, and I just don't fucking see it when I see him. I just don't see it. I keep trying to see it, and I just like every time they give him the ball, he just justifies everything that I fucking have had to say about him. I don't get it. I just think he's a north-south runner. He's fucking Zach Crockett all over again. I don't even know if he's a Wheatley. I don't know if he's as good. He's even up to Wheatley standards. Honestly. I've not seen no fucking... I mean, Wheatley's got some highlight reel runs. I ain't seen a highlight reel out of him yet. Nothing. We'll see. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball. Your ends, they've only retained 4. Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Chandler Jones, Malcolm Kuntz are going to be your edge guys. Your ends, your interior defensive linemen, Jerry Tillery, Bilal Nichols are going to be your up front guys. John Jenkins, Adam Butler, and then your third line is a couple rookies in Nested Jade Silvera and Byron Young. So a little bit of depth there at the interior defense, and your defensive line as a whole. I think that's all right. I would like to see what these guys can do. They're healthy. All of these guys are healthy for the most part. You've got a very healthy team. So you're coming into week 1, ready to rock and roll. And I'm excited to see what this defense does. Now, we'll talk about the corners in a second. But let's talk about the linebackers. Robert Spillane and Divine Diablo are going to be leading the charge at linebacker. I'm going to jump back to quarterbacks in a second after I hit on the rest of the defense. Kind of jumping around here, but that's all right. Marcus Epps, Morig, they look like they're going to be your starting safeties. They look like they've got that locked down. Like I said, Spillane and Diablo are your starting front of linebackers. Now, behind them, you've got a rookie, Amari Burney, and then also Luke Masterson, who's actually looked pretty good in preseason, and then Curtis Bolton behind them. So you're only coming in with 5 linebackers on roster. Now, linebackers were a health issue last year, so it's great that all these guys are coming in relatively healthy. Spillane I'm expecting a big year as Spillane. I've got him starting as a linebacker on both of my fantasy squads for the Commish Raw Dog Nation. On both my fantasy squads, he's my starting linebacker. I think he's going to have a spectacular year. I think statistically and just as a whole. I think he's worked his way up and he's ready for the fucking shot. I think him and Diablo could be a fucking great pair out there being the heads of this linebacking core. Now, Epps that they brought in, this guy had more solo tackles, more combined tackles than any individual on the Raiders last season. So bringing him in at safety is huge. He's coming in from a Super Bowl caliber D. This guy knows how to play at that next level. And being back there with Mo Rig, I think those two together, I think could be really, really special. Behind them, you're bringing back Roderick Teamer as well as Isaiah Palumau. Now, a lot of people were high on him last year. He didn't really make it. Spent some time on practice squad. Got a little action, but not much. So it's going to be interesting to see if he continues to grow. A lot of people are excited about him getting a chance. And then Chris Smith, the second, a rookie, is also in your depth chart at safety as well. Jumping back up out to the quarterback position over on the offensive side of the ball, it looks like it's these three gentlemen right here. Chase Garbers may have a possibility to maybe run waiver wire, and maybe they pull him back to the practice squad. I don't know if it's in the cards for him. It looks like that maybe that project's run its course. Right now, Brian Hoyer looks like he's going to be your second. I don't really believe in that or understand that. I guess maybe it's just because he's a more veteran presence. Maybe he's a better ear, better clipboard guy, better guy in the ear of Jimmy G to be on the sideline while the young guy gets worked with a little more by the quarterback coach and gets coached up a little more. What it's like in real live preseason action. Maybe it's just a formality that Aiden O'Connell's now sitting in the 3 spot. I don't know. We'll see. If Jimmy goes down, we'll obviously have that conversation, but we hope to hell we never have to have that conversation. We're obviously rooting for the best season of Jimmy G's career. Fuck Hoyer. He's a clipboard boy. That's what he is. Let's hope he's a good clipboard guy. Hey, maybe he can be the best backup quarterback in the league, and he can help Jimmy G blossom. And then AOC can sit back there and just grow, and in a couple years he can take the reins and run with it. Because the kid looks like he's got some talent, man. He was the highest rated player at his position in preseason. Highest rated quarterback. So the kid looks solid. He looks like a definite project going forward. Definitely looks like a project going forward. Now, I want to talk about, let's hit on special teams before we jump to the wide receiver depth chart. A.J. Cole, obviously your all-world punter. He's in, and Daniel Carlson, your all-world kicker, he's in as well. Now, you've also got Jacob Bobbin Moyer. He's your new long snapper. I don't understand why you got rid of the other long snapper. These guys were already Pro Bowlers as a fucking battalion, a little platoon of the 3 of them, so I don't understand why you broke that up. But it seems like this guy's come in, and he's been a plug-and-play with them, so maybe there's a reason. Maybe he's an upgrade. Maybe he's a better long snapper than the other guy. Fuck, I don't know. It seemed like if your 2 special team guys are going to the Pro Bowl, how much fucking better do you need to be? If you can put the fucking ball where it needs to be, I don't get it. I don't understand. But it seems to be working out, and it doesn't seem there has not seemed to be a hitch in their game at all for special teams. So those 3 are ready to rock and roll. It looks like DeAndre Carter is plugged in at punt return and kick returner to be your starter in both of the return capacities, and that looks like he's probably why I said, listen, he's got the most receptions coming in, the most over the last couple of years of being a reliable guy that is putting up fucking regular stats. He's catching a lot of balls. He's consistent. So I thought DeAndre Carter was a lock to make the depth chart. And I'd said that. And the fact that he's a special teams commodity too, that just made him even more valuable. So I'm not surprised that he got in on the wide receiver depth chart. And let's talk about that right now, shall we? I want to talk about the wide receiver depth chart. Let's get into that in a little more in depth. Now, last year I said they were not going to carry more than 6. They carried 6 going into the season last year. I said it last week. I said it Sunday. I said it the week before last. I've been saying it. I did not think they were going to carry more than 6. Through most of the day, they were carrying 7. They had one guy hanging on. Cam Sims was hanging on, and Christian Wilkerson, who had really been the kind of the diamond in the rough that had popped up in the preseason action. He caught 10 balls in the last game. He'd made some spectacular catches. He had the toe drag in the back of the end zone. The guy looked really, really good as a whole. And Cam Sims had made some great catches as well and looked like maybe he had a possibility, but I wasn't a fan of Keelan Cole. I didn't think he was going to make it. I didn't know why they brought him back over Mac Hollins. I didn't think he did anything near as much as Mac did last year. But they decided to bring back Keelan, and they brought him back again. And they were giving him a lot of opportunity. He was getting the ball a lot. But Lacey fell off. Sims fell off at the end. And Wilkerson stole some guy's job. Wilkerson stole some guy's job. That's basically what happened. Everybody kept asking me, what happened to so-and-so? I thought Dorsett was going to make it. I thought Sims was going to make it. Well, Wilkerson stole their fucking job. And that's what preseason's for. People that don't understand the process and get all caught up in the wins and the other bullshit. No, it's steps in the process. It's to find a guy like this that just may be at the bottom. Like, this guy came in at literally at number 11 on the wide receiver depth chart. When we played Wide Receiver Survivor a couple weeks ago on the Raider Nation Report, and I went and did Google search of Raider wide receivers on the depth chart, he was at the end. And he was also at the end of every depth chart that you've seen. And on Google, it didn't have his picture on there. It had a fucking gray silhouette with a fucking cartoon gray silhouette head. It just said Christian Wilkerson. No picture. Everybody else had a fucking picture except for him. He was number 11 at the beginning of camp. Number 11. And to see him battle his way all the way up, this is what preseason's for. Is to get a couple guys like this that maybe you find that just got that extra little something. That just got that extra little drive. Just got that extra little it factor built in that maybe nobody had seen because they hadn't really got the chance before. That's what preseason's for. Is to find these guys. To find the depth guys. Everybody's going to have talent. Everybody's got a stud player here and there sprinkled all over their teams. Everybody's got rookies sprinkled all over their teams. You need those middle of the road guys. You need the veterans. Your team is a patchwork quilt of all different levels of talent and levels of career all put together to achieve one goal. You need all of that. All of it. You need the high-end guys, the middle-of-the-road guys, the veterans, your rookies. You need everybody to work together for a common goal. So your final six, we knew the top three, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and Hunter Renfrow. We absolutely knew it. Absolutely knew it. Trey Tucker, rookie. He made the cut. He's what they wanted DJ Turner to be last year, and DJ just never worked out. DeAndre Carter, he's reliable. This guy is a veteran NFL wide receiver, and he's reliable. He's gonna catch you 50 balls if you give him the chance. He can do it. He's done it. And Christian Wilkerson, your diamond in the rough that makes it. Now there's a couple guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Sims, Lacey, maybe a couple of these other guys make the rotation. And they end up on the practice squad because there's going to be some guys that make the waiver wire rotation. But this is what you got. I said all along I thought they would keep 6 like they did last year, and that's what they did. It was looking like it was going to be 7. I mean, they held out on those last cuts for a long time till they actually put it out there to the masses. Because I was in the Raider Reaction chat, and I'm like, listen, man, this motherfucking math don't add up here. There's way more than 53. Are they counting the practice squad guys already? Because I was looking at all the guys who were accounted for. I've been marking them off as they'd been, either waived or released. I'm like, this doesn't fucking add up. And then all of a sudden, here it came. I get it, Chad. I get it. I mean, we talked about that. I thought that was a great point that you made, and I thought that's why maybe now he may make the rotation, and you may get a chance to stick him on practice squad. But I don't know. We'll see. But Christian Wilkinson is a nice story. He is a nice story. So let's see what this kid can do. He's gonna get some opportunities at some point. Hopefully it's a minute, because that means the wide receiver core is real healthy. So, We'll see. We'll see. Now let's talk about cornerback, because I think corner is, even to me, what happened at corner is a little more surprising. What's up, Lions? Testing 1 2. Testing. Mic check. Mic check. This thing on? Can you hear me?
Okay, boss.
I think this was as interesting a development. We came in to this season basically thinking that Duke Shelley, David Long had worked their way up and were getting their shots at starting corners. Both had worked their way up over the same amount of time, and it looked like they were both primed for their shot. And these were going to be the two Raiders starting corners coming into the season. And then they made some moves in the draft, and some moves were made, and things changed. Things changed. Veterans were signed, rookies were drafted, guys were brought in, guys have been released, guys have been waived. And you sit back and you look at the depth chart now at corner, and you're like, wow, this is just not what I thought it would be when it got down to the 53-man roster. And this is why, again, you work through the process. There's certain things you are looking for when you are out there and going through these preseason games. That's why you run them through different things. The schemes are very vanilla. You're looking for specific skill sets. Went out and drafted a guy who's looking like maybe he's the next great Raider corner. I mean, you got to back that up a little bit. Obviously, rookie hasn't even stepped out there, but he's looked very, very good. The rookie from Maryland, Jacorian Bennett, has looked very, very good. News has come out that his official number will be number 0 coming into the season.
What?
Yeah, I know, number 0.
What?
I'm not sure what I think about that, but I guess I every time I bitch about the fucking these new school numbers and the way they're doing it now, I sound like the fucking, like an old get off my fucking lawn guy. Get off my lawn, kids! These fucking new kids and their numbers. You know, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm trying to come around. I even bought myself a Divine Diablo number 5 fucking jersey. But how can I get behind our shutdown corner who's number 0? I don't know. Number 0. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh no! Oh no, he's still there. He's still there. He made it. Oh yeah, we're getting to him, Chad. Don't worry. He's still in the fold. He made it. Yes, he did. He made it. But you got 2 starters. This guy has now come up, and not only did he prove that he's a great commodity, he's your new number 1 probably. He's your new number 1. And he's backing up on the other side to Marcus Peters. So what we thought would be David Long and Duke Shelley is now Marcus Peters and Jacorian Bennett. A veteran and a rookie. A complete change from what we thought it was going to be. So I'm very interested to see how this is going to work out. So with him, behind them, you've got Marcus Epps and Trayvon Moehrig. So this is a very intriguing and a very exciting secondary and defensive backcourt. Marcus Epps, Trayvon Moehrig, Jacorian Bennett, and Marcus Peters. And in your nickel package, in your slot package, you've got Nate Hobbs still. You've got Nate Hobbs, who's your starter in that capacity. Now behind them, you do have Amik Robertson still in the fold. That dude gets burnt like toast. I'm not sure how he made the cut. Maybe he's improved. We'll see. We'll see. David Long Jr. is still around. Duke Shelley did not make it. Brandon Facyson is your other corner who makes the cut. So, Those are your 6 corners. Jacorian Bennett, Marcus Peters, Nate Hobbs, basically you're starting 3, considering your nickel, your slot corner. And then your backups are Amik Robertson, Brandon Faison, and David Long Jr. Much different than the starting 2 we thought of Duke Shelley and David Long Jr. at the beginning of the season. These 2 guys got the job. Starting corners for your Las Vegas Raiders. I'm excited for this defense, man. I'm excited for this defense. I really think, and I'm on the record, I said I believe this defense will be middle of the road. I think this defense will be ranked around number 16. I think this will be a middle of the road defense. And that is a hell of a lot better than they've been for fucking years. That's fair, Lines. That's fair. Robertson takes chances. Makes some big... I agree. You got to gamble to make big plays. You got to be that guy. You got to be that guy. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's a reason he's around, and maybe that's what his coaches feel as well. So we'll see. We'll see. I just think that was a very interesting development. A very interesting development through preseason, how that worked out. To see Marcus Peters and Jacorian Bennett steal that. And I'm excited about Bennett, man. I'm excited. A shutdown corner almost gets me as excited as a stud running back. There's one of my... Terry McDaniels was one of my all-time favorites when I was a kid growing up. He was one of my favorite players, and I've just always been a big cornerback fan. I remember Lester and Hayes, the Hayes and Haynes connection growing up. Charles Woodson. I mean, many. Obviously, great corners. And Willie, I mean, all the way back. I mean, we get it. So to have another one, even Namdi, to have another, it'd be fucking awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited that to see this kid step up and grasp the fucking ring. It's exciting. We'll see how it works out. See how it works out. Have some faith, Eric. Have some faith, man. I think you're going to be surprised. Spillane and Diablo. Diablo looked good last year, man. Diablo looked good, and there was a point where he was leading the team in tackles late into the season. And Spillane has really, really improved over the past several years and just gotten better and better and better when you look at him statistically and how he's grown as a linebacker in the National Football League. And I think he's ready for his shot. And Bernie's interesting back there as well, the rookie. He's got some spark. Thomas Drake, I was surprised didn't make it. I really was. I thought he'd done well in the preseason, but there's got to be a couple guys. There's got to be a couple guys. Yeah, we'll see. Chad. The guy's an all-world tight end. There's not a lot of guys that can cover him, so I get it. Scheme. They've got to work on something to take care of that guy. I understand that. It's obviously a big point of contention. It's to top Travis Kelce. Somebody's got to do it. Maybe Spillane's going to be tasked with that. Maybe that's his job. Somebody's got to be the guy. We'll see. But if Peters is at corner, maybe it's Hobbs. I don't know. We'll see. That's an interesting scheme point, and I want to watch that and look at that in the coaches' tape of the first game, and we're going to get to that. Let's talk about that first game here in a minute when we get down there to Donkey Preview. If you have not went to RaiderReaction.com and checked it out, please do go check out RaiderReaction.com. Go to the homepage. It's got tells you everything there about Raider Reaction related. It's got our sponsors info there. It's got videos. You join where to click and join the group, the Dark Side group. It's got all kinds of cool shit there. But basically, some of the key points that we would like to point out is when you scroll all the way to the bottom here, we want you to put your name in here because we did sound out a quick little blast newsletter today. And if you had put your email address in there, you would have received it, and you would have learned about a few things that are happening at Raider Reaction way before anybody else. So please join the Dark Side newsletter email chain, mailing list, whatever the fuck you call it, and get in on that. Also, while you're here, go over and hit this subscriber tab up here, and this will tell you about everything about being a subscriber to our Raider Reaction Facebook page. All the cool perks you get, about our raffle that's on the first Thursday of every month. And yes, even on opening motherfucking night of the National Football League season, we're going to have a raffle. Because it still doesn't stop me from saying thank you to cool kids like fucking JoJo the Wolf, who's a 13-month subscriber. And I've got goodies to give away. So, yeah, everybody should have got your raffle prizes by now. Hopefully, there may be some stragglers, but you should have got them. And I should have some shipping confirmation on the pre-order items soon, because I want to get those out to everybody's hands as well at the beginning of the season. But check out our website and become a subscriber, because the raffle's coming up next month, and you got to be a subscriber to our Facebook page. You got to have one of them cool badges next to your name, like JoJo the Wolf, like Robert Paul, like Bill, like all the cool kids out there in the audience. You got to have one of them badges and be one of the cool kids to get in our raffle. That's the first Thursday of every month. And we're giving away 10 prize packs again this month. Check out, they got the show tabs. We got the hype team tab about all the guys that help us here at all the team here at Raider Reaction. And, of course, the shop where you can pick up some swag as well. And viewer gallery, if you've ever sent any pictures in a Raider Reaction, you're probably in here as well. I've got some ones I've got to put up here as well. I got Joseph and his wife with their jersey. I've got some other pictures I got to get up here as well. So check it out while you are over there. Become a cool kid. And check out the sponsor. Oh, while you're over there, I forgot. The sponsor, it's on the homepage. When you first get there, just scroll down just a hair. Bam! It's right there. Clear live streams. Hit that button right there. And that will send you to their Instagram. Send Bryant a message. Oh, yours should be coming any day, Bill. Packages were sent out. Or no, not the pre-order. Unless you won something in the last raffle. Those went out. I don't remember if you won something. But no, the pre-order items will be sent out soon. They're coming in still. I sent out the raffle prizes. And if you haven't got that yet, you will be getting those anytime. But I don't remember if you won a raffle prize. I don't think you did. But I know you got a hat coming. I'll have to look and see. I don't. Put me on the spot, Bill. Call customer service. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's it. That's it for that. I think that's it. That was it, right? Yeah, did I get it all? See, every time I read the fucking comments, I get thrown off. Oh, you did win twice? Well, then yes, you should be coming. Yours should be coming then. Yes. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did win twice. See? Put me on the spot, Bill. Everything's out, so yes. Yours should be coming any day. Yours should be coming any day. So yes, hit up that. These guys are solid, man. If you're looking for a streaming site, Clear Live Streams is the way to go. It's very, very cheap. Do you want free or do you want damn near free and reliable? I would rather have damn near free and reliable. And it's run by a member of Raider Nation, so that you know you're going to get taken care of as well. What more do you want? What more do you want? Well, yours should be there any day. Although you are the farthest away. If Chad just got his, I bet you get yours tomorrow. Alright. Moving along. Listen to the man. If you did not get the newsletter, we dropped some information today. And I will catch you up right quick. I'll let this guy tell you what's up. What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish at Raider Reaction, and the 2023 Las Vegas Raiders season is imminent. It is upon us. And if you're like me, The side dish to my Raiders season is always my fantasy football leagues. Unfortunately, both of our fantasy football leagues and Raider Reaction are locked and loaded. Drafts have already happened, but we have one more way that you can get in on the fun. Chance to win some Raider Reaction swag and some sweet Raider memorabilia. The Raider Reaction Survivor League. Pick one winner each week. Can't pick the same team twice. Last man standing gets 50% of the pot, an autographed Mad Max jersey, as well as a sweet Raider Reaction prize pack full of all kinds of goodies. It's only a $25 buy-in. Pot is going to grow quick, and we are adding people already. We are just starting to advertise it, but it's got to be full by next week. Your first pick has to be in by kickoff of the opening day game on Thursday night. Got to get in now. Message us now to get locked and loaded in the Raider Reaction Survivor League. All right. Survivor League. If you've never played a Survivor League, it's super simple. It takes fucking seconds of your week. Literally. You pick one team each week. You can't pick the same team twice. And if you're wrong, you're out. If you win, you get 50% of the pot, plus an autographed Mad Max jersey, and a big Raider Reaction prize pack. If you're interested, just send me a message in any manner. Facebook, send it to Twitter, Instagram, message me through YouTube, send it through the website, however, hardcorechallengelive@gmail.com. You can email it to me through that, hardcorechallengelive@gmail.com, or just go to the website. Just go to the website and send it through that. However, you would like to get into the Survivor League, you've got to get in, and we got to get you locked in. We've already got, I think, 8 people in already. So that's, the pot's already over $100 for the winner, plus the Mad Max jersey, plus the Raider Reaction prize pack. It's only $25 buy-in. So that it obviously will go up quickly. We haven't even advertised it yet, and we already had 8 people in. This is really we've just started advertising it. So if you're interested in getting in, and you didn't get in one of our fantasy football leagues, this is a way you can join in. And we are going to add the Survivor League as a segment on our Wednesday night fantasy football league show, along with our Hardcore Challenge League and our Hardcore Challenge All Raider Nation League. We're going to follow the Survivor League as well till through its finish. So if you are interested, all you got to do is send me your info. Tell me, I just need your email so that I can send you the invoice to get the buy-in, and then I will send you the link to join the league. So if you're interested, just send me a message. JoJo, send me a message. Send me a message so that I can respond back to you guys, so that I have it, because, I get messages on every platform that says I'm in. Billy James, I'd love to have you in the league. I'd love to have some of you other guys. It's a way for you guys to participate in a league with us at Raider Reaction, and it's not as much a commitment. It's obviously it's half the buy-in. Actually, it's a chance to probably win more money, and you're going to win in the fantasy league, possibly. So there you go, Joseph and Sherry Morales. I got to get you guys' jersey picture up on the website, too. I just mentioned that a little bit ago. And we are bringing back Fan of the Week, starting next week's Raider Nation Report, because it's season time now, and we've got to give back to you guys. I've got all these poker chips. It's give back time starting next week. So we've got the raffle. We're gonna start doing Fan of the Week on Tuesday, and basically we've got shows planned for damn near every fucking night. Except for maybe this Saturday night, all the way through the start of the NFL season. And then we are hosting an event next Sunday here in the Tampa Bay area at Hardcore Challenge Live Studios headquarters, deep behind the enemy lines. If you are in the area, you can check our event tab, and all you gotta do is RSVP to get the information. It is a private party, private function, but if you're a member of the Raider Nation, you got an invite. You just got to reach out to get the info. So if you are in the area deep behind the enemy lines like myself, come on in, and everybody that shows up in Silver and Black is going to get a nice little Raider Reaction fucking goodie bag. That's for sure. For sure. But if you want in the Survivor League, hit it up, man. I'm all over that. I want to get everybody in that wants in. That is our last league that we will have this season. So if you want in, get in now. All right, let's talk Donkey Preview, shall we? Let's talk Donkey Preview. Now, when I post facts about the fact that there's a donkey down, because there's a donkey down. Hey, Jerry Jeudy was down. Donkey down. That's just a fact. I'm not cheering for the injury of a young man out there on the field. I would never do that. I'm not even that cold. I would like to see the number one talent on the field in fucking Donkeyville. I'd like to see us whoop that number one talent. Just like the Bills losing Von Miller. That's just a point I'm going to point out. That, hey, the Raiders do not have to play against Von Miller in week 2. That is obviously better than having to play against him. I'm not cheering for his fucking injury by any means. It's simply a fact of the matter. They are now a less talented donkey squad with Jerry Jeudy not there. And he's not going to be there for that game. And God knows when he's going to be back. It's probably more than a month. Talking hammy issues, even fucking with that shit, it could be a while. It's just something like you get dick with all season long. We all know that all too well as Raider fans. All too well. Mr. fucking double fucking hammy over here is a fucking GI ant now. Fucking dropping hot tracks on the East Coast. You know all about hammies. That shit doesn't hang around. Like a cold sore. Shit won't go away. I do not believe in Sean Payton. I just do not believe that Sean Payton is this guru that's going to come in and change everything in Denver. And now he's already lost one of his biggest weapons on offense. I just don't think he's the guy that's going to right the donkey ship with this fucking anchor that Russell Wilson is dragging behind it. They brought him in to try and fix it and stop the collateral damage of that Russell Wilson has done to the franchise, that his contract has laden them with. He's trying to undiva the diva. Russell Wilson is known as one of the biggest fucking projects, the biggest divas in the league. He requires extra attention. You got to pet his ego. You got to let Russ cook. I mean, the motherfucker takes videos of himself doing exercises in the middle of the field like nobody's around him when everybody's around him. And he knows it. He's that guy. He's a douche, man. A complete douche. And this guy thinks he can undouche him and fix it all because he's Sean fucking Payton. There will be donkey chalk lines all over this field in week 1. Oh yes, that is exactly what will happen. You will see 4 legs up and chalk lines all over the field. Donkey down! We got another donkey down! There's one over here! There's another over there! I absolutely believe that this will not be a close game. I think the Raiders go out and smack the fucking donkeys in the mouth. I think this is a healthy team. I think this is a team geared up. I think this is a defense that is ready to prove something, that is sick of getting fucking talked about. I think this is a team that's coming out with a little more of a chip on their shoulder than fucking people were giving them credit for. I really do. Josh Jacobs has spent an entire offseason with people talking fucking shit about him for months, with his name fucking shoved in fucking people's fucking craw for months. Months! He's ready to prove some fucking people wrong. Motherfucking people have forgotten how good he is. Devontae Adams. They didn't even give him a 99 in Madden this year. Everybody's talking about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Nobody even mentions Devontae in like the top 5 wide receivers anymore. And all he did last year was have one of the greatest seasons ever. Hunter's back. Got 100 balls, man, the year before last. Everybody's forgot about the wiggle that Hunter has. Now you've added Jacoby Myers in with that. The second line of wide receivers is exciting. Trey Tucker, DeAndre Carter, Christian Wilkerson. This young kid, this diamond that you may have found in preseason. Austin Hooper, Michael Mayer. I mean, everybody's healthy. This is the most locked and loaded. I remember seeing the Raiders in quite a few seasons. They're healthy. The defense they've addressed all the problems. Every hole in the defense has been addressed. Whether you agree with the player who's been put in there, they have addressed the problems. We can argue and debate whether we think the right guy's been put there, but they've addressed the problems. They've made changes at linebacker. They've brought in another edge rusher, Young. They've changed corners. They've brought in veteran leadership to safety position to help out with your young guy. You didn't need to fuck with the special teams. You've added wide receiver depth. That was a problem. Now you guys are all healthy too. The top end's all healthy. It's just, I don't know what else anybody needs to get excited and get behind this team, man. I think in week 1, Josh Jacobs, the donkey killer, fucking does it again. I think he does it again, and I think it's a beatdown. I really do. I think the Raiders win by fucking 14. I think it's a 2-touchdown victory. And then then you're really going to get a gauge of what this team is, I think, in week 2 when they play the Bills. Because that's a tough card to draw in week 2 for this team. It really is. I hope you're right, Joe. I hope you're right, brother. We've been looking for this linebacker for a long time, man. Looking for this linebacker a long time. I've got a lot of faith in Robert Spillane. I'm excited about this team, man. I'm really excited about this team. I'm picking them by 14. They're going to win by 14. I'll dial it down to a more precise score probably for next week's show. Before the game. But I got them winning by 14. I know. 11 days, brother. 11 days. We're almost there. We're almost there, man. I'm right there with you. Like I said, I'm no different than any of you guys. I'm no bigger of a fan than any one of you guys that are watching. Anybody that stops in the comments, anybody who's going to watch later, anybody who's going to comment later. I'm no bigger of a fan than any of you guys. I just figured out how to provide myself a platform for my big mouth to be heard and to be able to hang out and talk with you guys. And, without this platform, I don't know how I would get this out. I'm just as excited as you guys. I'm very excited for this season. I feel very positive for this season. I am the biggest fucking Raider optimist there is, man. I am the biggest Raider optimist there is. Because when it comes down to it, and we're sitting there, and we're 10, 15 minutes from kickoff of week 1, you could hook me up to a polygraph. You could put one on every fucking finger. Fucking strap one to my dick. I'm going to pass with flying colors. Do you think the Raiders will fucking win the Super Bowl? Yep. Damn straight. I'll pass with flying colors every damn time. Every damn time. Damn, I went into OT. Every damn time. I have that much faith in my team because that's just sports. Somebody always comes from the top to the bottom. Somebody's always the surprise team. Somebody's always that team. That's sports. I believe in my team. I believe in my team till it's time not to believe in my team. I'm not a blind faith fan. I believe in my team. I love my team, but I can see bullshit on the field when there's bullshit happening. And I'll call bullshit. And if they're fucking serving us bullshit, I don't care if you put sprinkles on it. I'm not calling it a fucking donut. Shit's shit. I'm hoping it's not shit. By week 3, it could be shit. I mean, that's how quickly it turns in the National Football League. There's 17 games. Every one of them means a fucking ton. A ton. So we'll know quick. We're going to know damn quick. But right now, at this point, why not? Why couldn't it? Why can't it be? Why not the Raiders? Why not? That leads me to a thought. A thought and an ending. We had to dig through a lot tonight. I appreciate you joining me on this little ride. If you're interested in Survivor League, I'd like to get you guys in. I am pushing the Survivor League big time because obviously kickoff is next Thursday of the season, so we've got to get you in. We've got just over a week, so if you are interested, please message me. I am getting people in right after the show. I will be sending things off. So if you are interested, message in your emails. I'll be checking all of the platforms, but please message them. I can't just dig through the comments and find all the comments. So send me your email if you're interested. Say, I want the Survivor League. Here's my email. That's all I fucking need, and I'll take care of the rest. But let's get to this last segment, shall we? Let's get to this last segment. It's this one.
Yo, mama.
Easy now. Last segment. It's just a little thing that we like to call the WTF. Like I said, Brent, and like you said, why not the Raiders? This is the time when you need to go dust off all your goodies, man. All your nice danglies. Go dust off your spikes, your hats, your whatever your fucking garb is. Whatever your special shit is. Your fucking little Raider teddy bear, your fucking stuffed whatever that sits next to you. Your special pillow you put under your arm that you punch when at the fucking refs fuck shit up. Whatever it is that gets you ready for your Raider season. Get it ready. Get it ready. This is the time as a fan base that you should be supporting the team wholly. You are going in and playing an AFC West rival right out of the gate. One of your biggest rivals right out of the gate. Who's got a new coach. They got new hope. And you could go right in week one in their house on the road with an AFC West win. Get behind your team. Support your team. This is the healthiest this squad has been in a long time. There shouldn't be any negativity in the comments, in the posts, on the pages. That can come in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, after you've seen what the team really is. Give this team a chance. This is a whole new Raiders squad, a whole new defense, a new offense with a new leader. Give this team a chance. Because I think this team's going to surprise some fucking people. And if you can't be positive and get behind your team right now when they're 0-0 and right at the starting line with every other team in the fucking league, when the fuck can you get behind them? What the fuck? This is when your team needs you. Chanting Raiders as a whole. Raiders! That's not a singular chant, ladies and gentlemen. That takes a motherfucking nation. And when it's chanted together and it's loud, it's a roar. It's taken over opposing stadiums. The nation's big and the nation's strong. And the nation needs to get behind this team, man. Because I think this team could be something special this year. We just watched them progress all the way through every step and just do everything that they've said they were going to do thus far. I'm willing to be proved wrong this season. Let's see it. Let's see it, Ziegler, McWeasel. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm ready. You're supposed to be an offensive mastermind, general manager, guru. Fuck it. I'm ready. I'm all on board. Let's get it, man. 2023. Raider football is a little over a week and a half away. Until next time. I'll see y'all tomorrow for some fantasy football action. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.
Yeah.